Hi YouTube, this is Retta. I'm going to do a reading on Fergie. And the reason I want to do a reading on Fergie is because I've always had a soft spot for Fergie because me and Fergie are about the same age. We are the same age. But back in the days, I don't know if anybody remembers, there used to be a show that comes on every Saturday called Kids Incorporated. Kids Incorporated, K-I-D-S-O, looks like we made it. We're Kids Incorporated. You know I can't sing, but that used to be my favorite show when I was a kid. It was Stacy, and it was her sister Dana, and then there was Markika, I think her name is, and then there was a couple other people. There was a black guy and then another boy. And I love that show. And what made it so dear to me also is because I don't think I've talked about this with you guys. I was in foster homes since I was about four years old in California. And most of the time when I was in California, I was a foster kid by myself. I didn't really have a family support system in California. My family lived in New York, and I was in California. So, Kids Incorporated, they were a very big part in the foster parent community for us kids, especially around Christmas time. They used to conduct concerts. We used to have a thing from the Foster Parent Association, which my foster father was the head of the Foster Parent Association at the time. They used to have a thing called the sugar plum tree. And I don't know if any of you guys are from California, and if you've ever heard of the sugar plum tree, and it's usually around Christmas time, and it's a program for foster children. A foster child will write down 5 gifts that they will like for Christmas, and it would be put on a tree, and then somebody would, a customer or someone would take a piece of paper, take the name and the gift, the toy that the kid wants, and they would go purchase it, and then they would buy that gift for that child. And Kids Incorporated used to do concerts for us to bring more people in, so that we as the foster kids could get our gifts. So I did spend time with them in the malls with my foster father, who was the head of the Foster Parents Association and stuff like that. So they're always that group, that thing. They were always dear to my heart, and that's it. So they just hold a special place for me. And I just seen that her and her cutie of a husband are separating, and I'm looking at her birth cards, and if you ever recall, back in the day, she was really into drugs. Before she became with the Black Eyed Peas, she was, I think, a pretty bad drug addict before that. And so I can see that, because with her birth card is the Hermit in the Moon. So she has a lot of isolation issues where, she tends to isolate herself, and she tends to hold things in, and she's not a person that, it's strangely enough, I don't see many stars or people like stars, performers, whatever, who has the birth card, the Hermit and the Moon, because usually as a hermit, they don't like to seek that attention. It's hard for them. They like to be loners. They like to, go into themselves, and to see her being successful in the Hermit, it's pretty interesting. But also, I can see she has the Moon card in there, so I can also see her addiction come into play. I think that she may have had some psych issues. The Moon card is telling me that she may have had some psychological issues, some problems with her moods, her adjustments, and she might have, when she was on drugs, she might have been self-medicating, um, self-medicating, and she doesn't like to share. She doesn't like to share. So whatever pain or trouble she's been through, she doesn't like to share. She'll keep that, you know, close to her chest, and that could cause her more pain. And I'm trying to get these cards in order. Some of them are upside down, and sometimes I don't mind, but I haven't used this deck in a while, so I want to make sure they're all one side, and then if they don't. So I can see with him, Josh, he is such a handsome guy. He has the same card as I do, so he's the Strength and the Star. So with him, I can kind of see them both kind of clashing at times, and I could see also the attraction at times, because she would look at him as someone she can lean on and depend on, as someone strong, because the Strength people, we have a persona that we're strong, that we can get through anything. Even if it's not true, we have that persona. We share that aura because we've been through so much. So I can see them having that in common, them both having a lot of struggles going on. But he's one of the people that would like to face your fear, and come on, let's move on, and when things get better, enjoy it. And I can see with her that it's hard for her to move on. That, you know, she would be, if she's in a depressive stage, she would stay in it for a long time, especially if she doesn't want to get help. You know, a lot of people look at, you know, having some mental health issues as, you know, a negative, you know, they don't want it, especially a star, they don't want people to know, stuff like that. And so she's prone to, with the moon cards, to have some emotional outbursts, keep things secretive. You know, she doesn't share very much. So I can see that frustrate Josh. So I want to see where she is at now, and then we're going to look at the relationship between, I'm going to mess up. We're going to look at the relationship between them. So Fergie, whose real name is Stacy. Fergie, Stacy. Where are you now? What's going on with you now? This card wants to go. So right now, it's the Ace of Cups. So we'll see, because the Ace of Cups is usually, let me see, so you guys can see. I love this deck. Isn't it beautiful? So the Ace of Cups is usually like new relationships, you know, new feelings, new emotions. I'm seeing her very vulnerable. She has no clothes on. So for me, that's showing a vulnerability on her part, an exposure. So we'll see what that means. What's the cross to bear with that? What's the cross to bear with this Ace of Cups? I know that I thought they had a kid. I never bring my phone over. So there's a devotee of cups. So there's a devotee of cups. And that is, I think that right there, the devotee of cups, could be her. I don't know if she has a boy or a girl. And where is my phone? Why do I always leave it way over there? So it's either she's having some, it could be herself. Let me just see. Justice. I see. Hold on. We're going to try to see. The Nine of Coins. Okay, I can see the divorce in here. I can see the divorce, the justice, and then the divorce. I can see she's very emotional about a relationship. She's very emotional about a relationship. The cross to bear is that she's having some, she's having, remember I said with the moon card? Oh, I don't know if you can see. Okay. let's see if you can see. These cards are so pretty to not being able to see them. I don't know how I didn't have this perfect before. So I think her cross to bear is an onset of extreme emotions. And it's her cross to bear is, I think she, remember I said with the moon card, she can have some emotional outbursts, she can have some depression, she can have some sight problems. I'm seeing that with the devotee. So she's having something that's happening to her on an emotional level. She's her emotions are all over the place. She's very emotional. It could be because of the divorce, because you see the Justice card and then the Family card. Let's see in the past. The Ace of Wands. What is this Ace of Wands? And the Nine of Cups. Was there some Ace of Wands? Was there some infidelity? The Nine of Cups. It's like the Wish card. The Devotee of Coins. Hold on. Let's see. What's on her mind? Enchantress. Ace of Swords. The Five of Swords. The Ten of Swords. So the relationship is ended. I think so the Enchantress of Coins. What's weird is that if whoever had this affair, and I'm thinking it's her. I'm thinking it's her with the woman. Strangely enough, I'm thinking it's with the woman. The truth came out of her relationship with this woman. The truth came out. There was a lot of fighting. It caused a lot of conflict, and that was the end of the relationship. I think she had an affair. Seven of Cups. It's very emotional. It's very emotional. The Five of Cups is some depression. The Seven of Emotions is a lot of turbulence going on. The Five of Cups is a lot of, sadness, despair. Enchantress of Swords. Yes. A lot of arguments, a lot of mean words coming out. I think, weirdly enough, I'm thinking Fergie had an affair in the past. It's not saying presently. I don't know if she's still, it could be she's still with this woman, but in the past she had an affair with a woman. And with this Ace of Cups, yeah, it could be she's emotionally involved with another woman. And that led underneath is her divorce. She had an affair with another woman. Oh, that's sad. Well, let's see. I don't even think I need to see a relationship reading. She had an affair with another woman. It could be two women. One I think she's done it before in the past, because it showed in the past, but it's also shown in the present state of mind. I was giving her the benefit of the doubt. My first thought was affair with the woman in the beginning, and then I tried to an emotional relationship. But then I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt, and it showed up again in the past. So I think this was I think she's had one before, and this was enough. We'll see. And it caused a lot of conflict in their relationship. Okay. I'm going to put Josh on this side, Fergie on this side. Where is their relationship now? The Hero of Coins. So they're just going through the motions right now. They're just going through the motions of doing what they have to do for, business, the home, the children, whatever. I think they have a kid. So they're just going through the motions. No real thought, just, going through the motions. Where is Fergie feeling right now? Fergie is trying to balance things. She's feeling exposed. but she's trying to balance things. She's trying to balance things, and some things have gotten out of hand a little bit. Let me see where he is at. Josh, the Hermit. Now, remember, the Hermit used to be her. That's her birth card, is the Hermit. He's feeling that Hermit energy. He's feeling taking the time to go in himself. I think, to tell you the truth, I think he's hurt. I think he's hurt. He's taking the time to, he just wants to be by himself. What did she need from the relationship? She was too busy stuck in the past. I don't know if you can see these cards. Jeez, this is such a pretty deck. For you guys not to see it. Alright. So, she was too busy stuck in the past. Remember I said she has some issues. And I think it's whatever happened to her in the past, she still has a lot. What she needed from him was to maybe understand her past, but she's emotionally stuck in the past. A lot of things stuck in the past when she was a child. When she was a child, she's not over it. She's still trying to look for help for whatever happened to her in child. What does he need from her? He needed her to show him some emotions. He needed her to show him emotions of vulnerability, love, trust. He needed to feel like they were in a relationship, a coming together. That's what he needed from her. What happened on her part? Five of Cups. She just was, she on her part, it was just, she was so depressed. She's been depressed. She's isolated herself. I even think to the point where she isolated herself from her husband and her child. Because I believe there's a kid, if I'm not mistaken. So she's had some severe depression. And that shows up in her birth card. And her birth card is, that's part of her life theme, is to, you know, she has to learn to deal with it, to overcome it, or it'll keep coming up in her life. It looked like she kind of goes on to herself and kind of isolates herself, and is not very given anything, like emotionally, spiritually talking to. That's what happened. She kind of separated herself from her family. What do you feel that way? He needed a wife. He needed a wife. He needed a wife. He needed someone to take care of home, to be a wife, to be about her business, to be about the home, to be a mother, to be a caregiver. That's what he needed. It's a woman that she worked with. It's a woman that she worked with. The Enchantress of Swords. It's, I don't know, she might be a lawyer that she worked with, or someone in that type of area, in business, like a head of a business, a very smart woman. This has caused a lot of heartbreak. The truth came out, and it's caused devastation and heartbreak. Devastation and heartbreak. Josh is devastated and heartbroken. This is showing that, whoops, I didn't mean to throw him. This is showing that they work together. That they work together. That they work together. And that this lady also was like part of the family. The Threads of Fate. The Wheel of Fortune, the sudden change. The end of the relationship. I think he found this was... I think he found the end of this relationship came quickly for him, and it was just the end. It was like he still is dealing with what the hell happened. When she decided to go, she just decided to go. She decided to go, she just went. You know, there was no talking to her, no nothing. She was gone. I believe she left him. I think he tried to reach out to her. He tried to reach out to her. You know, he tried to reach out, but there was somebody else in the relationship. She's all about this other woman. He tried to reach out to her, and she's all about this other religion. He also tried to talk to her, to console her. Look at this card. This is her. She was like in a severe state of depression. You would think she was on drugs. That's how bad her depression was. I don't think that she was on drugs because I'm not seeing that. But he did try to reach out. He tried to reach out to her. He tried to wake her up, to, you know, and she wasn't she wasn't, you know, she wasn't willing. Oh, she started her new relationship. Yeah. Yeah. It's another woman. Someone she works with the Emperor. So, yeah, that's what happened. So this is the reading on Fergie and Josh. Alright. Talk to you guys later. Bye. I hope you guys could see those cards. They're so freaking pretty. I don't know what happened to... I had things all nice, and I think something's wrong with the color of... You guys aren't seeing the cards. It's nice and clear. I don't know if this is on HD or not. I'll have to look through it. Alright, talk to you guys later. Bye.